Well, well, well. What's up? What's up? It's been a while since I've done a live show, but I think it's time because there's a lot of shit going on. Like, how do you like it now? How do you like it now that this idiot has proceeded to crash the economy, crash the markets, and then say on April the 2nd that it's going to be Liberation Day? What? Because he's going to impose more tariffs? How's that? How's that make it Liberation Day? Everything this guy has done has been inflationary. Everything has gone up. Everything's gone up. And yet there's still a segment of this population that eats that up. Eats that up. And for no reason whatsoever. For no reason whatsoever. You know, I was watching a show the other day. I was watching Chuck Edwards, Republican, North Carolina. he he goes and he does this town hall, which, by the way, after they told these Republicans don't do it. He goes and he does this town hall where he gets lit into by his constituents. They ask him. They ask him if he's afraid of Trump. Of course, he's afraid of Trump. He's a bootlicker. Hold on. I'll get back with you guys in a second. I gotta go do something. I'll be back. I'll be back. Just chill. Hold on. My bad. My bad. My bad, guys. I'm just waiting for a delivery here. I'm building deck and a gazebo and all this stuff, and they're delivering parts. But yeah, no. Getting back to what I was talking about. This guy, Chuck Edwards, I think his name is. He's from North Carolina. He went. He did a town hall, right? And they were booing him. They were yelling at him, and he goes and he says, "Nobody from the VA has been fired." Yeah, right. So there are veterans there that says, "Yeah, I worked for the VA and I got fired." The fuck you talking about? Yeah, yeah. Well, all these people, I'm assuming, voted for him. Yeah, they did. They did. And when I looked at this guy Edwards, when I looked at him, I said, "Man, that guy looks familiar. That guy looks familiar, right?" I go, "Man, where do I recognize him from?" Remember when Stinky was on the trail, right? And he went to North Carolina and he lied about about the people, about FEMA and all that stuff, and he lied about them not getting any help and all that fuck shit. Yeah, remember that? Remember that? Well, and he also did that PR stunt at McDonald's where he did the French fries and shit like that. Remember that? Remember that? Yeah. Well, guess who? Guess who gave him? Remember when he got a plaque and a trophy for flipping a set of fries? Remember that? Remember that? Guess who that was? Chuck Edwards. That's who it was. That's who it was. So what really freaks me out is they say they complain now. They complain, and they actually had the nerve. These people actually had the nerve to ask him if he was afraid of Trump. Fafo, Fafo for you, Fafo for you now. He, Trump owns that sorry sack of shit. But you voted for it. This is what you wanted for. You see, your racism, your stupidity, your ignorance is what got you all jammed up now. Now, look at you. You're fucking fired. You're fired. You're fired, you shitheads. Yeah. Yeah. Now you're complaining. Yeah, no. Now your Social Security's going to get decked. But your racism and your ignorance didn't refuse to look at that. How you like this Project 2025 now? We told you that it was a thing and it was going to happen. All this idiot isolationism now. See, you know what Project 2025 is? I'm going to tell you what it is. And just be honest about this, okay? It's 1934 Germany's plan. You know that, right? That's all it is. That's all it is. And they think that this Project 2025 thinks that via culture wars and stupidities with the trans and all that stupid shit, that they can dominate public sentiment. And that they can take over, you know what it is that this guy is saying that Canada should become the 51st state? Motherfucker, that is sovereign land. You'd have to declare war on them. They want no part of us. Just like neither does Panama, neither does Greenland. They want no part of us. But the thing is that this whole Project 2025, because it's not Stinky. Stinky's too stupid to be this forward thinking, you know? This is Leon and his Project 2025, right? In order for them to succeed, they have got to have Greenland. They have got to have the Panama Canal. They have got to have Canada. See? Canada never did anything to us. And all this shit about Canada's treating us unfair, Europe's treating us unfair, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. We consume more than the people we export to. Therefore, there is always going to be an imbalance, you know? We buy more than they do. That's hence the trade deficit. And this whole thing about tariffs, all it's going to do is make it more expensive for us to buy shit. Because these multi-billion-dollar corporations are not gonna take these L's. They're not gonna cover for these tariffs. We are. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and they form this illusion, right? I talk to these people all the time down here in Mar-a-Lago. Talk to them all the time. Who you see on TV and who you don't see on TV, right? They say that these idiots think that they can control a whole population via idiot tweets. And they're doing it for the most part when it comes to their base. Oh, this fucking idiot fear-mongering with the trans people. How do you like it now, though? Okay, you got the 5 trans out of the NCAA, right? Now what? You sacrificed your health care for that, right? Yeah. And now they're gonna cut your Social Security, but at least no trans in college sports. Hey. Small price to pay, right? Your livelihood for that nonsense, okay? That's a real small price to pay, huh? Yeah, right. just, you know, you have these people. They think, right, that by firing people in the government, that they're going to have enough money that it will offset their tax cuts. But you know what those tax cuts are? Those tax cuts are simply what amounts to trickle down economics. And it doesn't work. Nothing ever trickles down. We've tried it 3 times. They will never call it what it is, but that's what they think they're aiming for. Only only this idiot has freaked everybody out. They think that they could declare economic warfare on our trade partners and win. But this is not 1934. This is they can't form that movement because our markets are too intertwined together. We're too intertwined. We depend on each other too much now. So he can't, you can't isolate us from the rest of the free world, from our allies, and expect to succeed. Everything's going to get more expensive. There are things that we need from them that we just can't get here. And they think that by making all these tariffs that everything is going to come here. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. No. And Stinky was doing an interview the other day with Atkinson, Cheryl Atkinson, that Mom for Liberty idiot, right? And he's like, yeah, no. Once we tariff these people, factories are going to start to come up. Bullshit. He says, factories are coming up now. Bullshit. Now, the one chip manufacturer that's coming to Arizona, right? Stinky always talks about that Jap guy, right? That he's coming to build a factory here. No. That was Biden's work. That was the Chips and Science Act. And Stinky says, no, he's going to pour $200 billion. And no. That was part of national security. Because we didn't want to get locked out of a chip. Chips are vital for our phones, for everything, right? And we were going to get, for national security purposes, Biden subsidized that project. That's right. The one that Stinky's taking credit for, Biden subsidized it for national security purposes because they didn't want, say China finally tries to deck Taiwan, right? We will be shit out of luck for chips, and then they'll hold them over our heads. So that was a Biden maneuver for the sake of national security, And now Stinky's going to take credit for that. It's bullshit. Not to mention, that factory's pretty much coming up for free because not free, we subsidize it. We're paying for it, And Biden implemented that for the sake of national security, and it makes sense. This idiot won't tell you that. This idiot's too busy. This idiot is too busy, right, with his nonsense, with his nonsense of fucking, it's this one is mind-blowingly stupid. The deal with the auto pen, because here's another thing. I told you guys. This is how this was going to be. This is how it's kakistocracy, and this guy trying to he's trying to get even with people that he thinks did him wrong. He's taking security clearances and Secret Service detail away from President Biden's family, which is bullshit. Biden didn't do it for him, for them, for those parasites, and he should have. Now he's bringing up Biden's kid's laptop again. It's nonsense. It's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. It's like, let's play the hits again. But that nobody cares about that because I would say, I would say half of the people that voted for him bought into this whole day one, egg prices are going to come down. Day one, gas prices are going to come down. Day one, I'll stop the war in Ukraine. Day one, endless wars are over. Those are 4 promises he made on day one that have been broken already. Everything was going to be good on inauguration day. And then and then here we are where he's pushing shit back again. Right? He's pushing it back again. Like he's back and forth with these tariffs because every time the fucking market goes down about it, the Dow Jones goes down about 1,000 points, he freaks out and he says, "No, I'm not going to implement this tariff yet." But now he's all in. He's all in now. On the 2nd, he has to do this. He's got to do this now. And those idiots behind him from Project 2025, they want him to do this because they think that they could divide and conquer. They think that they could break Canada monetarily. It's not going to happen. The Canadians have, like they say, elbows up over the boards. They'll go without. My friends from Canada, they'll go without, and more power to them. More power to them. I love the Canadian people, man. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But they'll go without. Just so this guy will stop running his mouth saying that Canada should be the 51st state. The fuck is wrong with them? Huh? The fuck is wrong with her? Then him and that bubble guppy Caroline Levitt, that lady. That lady. Holy shit! Holy shit! That lady is out there. Out there. There's something really, really wrong with that. That lady is total. It's a total cult. You should see. I mean, when it's weird. It's weird. I told you guys I was gonna have a field day with her. And I do. I call her Bubble Guppy, Lippy the Lion, whatever, and she deserves all of that, right? But that lady is gone. Gone. Whenever, you notice how she points to people that she knows are going to try to have gotcha moments and stuff, and then as they're asking the question, she winds up as if she's ready to pow, a cloud of nonsense coming out of her mouth. It's something like straight out of Jim Jones type shit, And where it's like, how dare you question the president's authority? What? That motherfucker? Him? Question his authority? His diapers question his authority, you know what I mean? I mean, how can you take these people seriously? How can you take when they make demands, right? They make demands and declarations and all this stupid shit. And then, like I told you guys, after everybody freaked out after he got elected, I said, the courts will fuck this guy over. And they're doing it. They're not fucking him over. What they're doing is going by the law, They're going by the law. And MAGAs, not the hardcore ones, but certain MAGAs, right? When he reaches that threshold, where he's going to break the law, right? That's when they kind of pull back a little bit. Because I talk to MAGAs down here because me and a couple people that I know, we're blue dots in a sea of red here, down here. Okay? And they have totally chilled on this clown. Oh, well, we didn't know he was going to want to annex Canada. We didn't know he wanted to take the Panama Canal. Motherfucker, what did you think? What did you think? What did you think he was going to do for you? Huh? What do you think he was going to do for you? You think he was going to, okay, he said all these things, lower the price of eggs, lower the price of gas, blah, 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 right? But he never said how he was going to do it because he never was going to do it in the first place. And so you have this thing where he's all these promises that he made, there was no way he was going to keep, and now they've soured on him. They've soured on him. Just like this guy Chuck Edwards, holy shit, they lit into him, you know? And in that, it was fucked up. In that meeting, right, you had veterans getting fired from the VA at that town hall. They went over there, and man, they just lit into him. Them and their families, they lit into this guy, right? But, you voted for the guy, right? You voted for the guy, and he called your family members suckers and losers, and you still voted for him. All right? Whole shit about I told you so. Yeah, that's FAFO is what that is. Anybody in that anybody that goes to these town hall meetings, right? You've got no right. You've got no right to sit there and complain. All right, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I'll be back in a second. Hold on. My table's there. Nice. We'll get it done. Hey, sorry about that. We're back. We're back. Where was I? Yeah. All these people, these veterans, these idiots. So they're stuck with this guy now because of their ignorance and their stupidity. They're stuck with him. They're stuck with him. You know. I can't believe, right, that you still have people that support this clown, right? I went to just drive around while the monstrosity that is Air Force One was down the street, and I'm thinking, man, that the cash meter must be running, gotta be running, and where's Doge when you need it?
Okay. Let's go.
I mean, it's awful. It's awful. And I went over to the golf course, right? I live literally next door to this clown, you know? And I went to the golf course, right? And there were people there. They had a sign, right? I think they wait for him to wave to him. Yeah, they had a sign that said, "Thank you, Elon." Man, for what? And then it's always the follow-up question that gets them. It's always the follow-up question that gets them. Thank him for what? For what? Cutting waste, fraud, and abuse? No. We spent more money than ever last month. like $603 billion. That's with all those cuts and all that stupid shit. They'll never balance the budget. That's bullshit. That's all bullshit, you know? And everything this guy's doing is inflationary. It's inflationary. You know, how do you expect inflation not to go up, right? When you're tariffing cheap goods. Tell me, can somebody do those numbers, crunch those numbers, and come out in the black as opposed to the red? We consume more than anybody. And we're always looking for cheaper stuff. Not everything cheap is made here. You know, you've got to go overseas. The labor's super cheap over there and in Mexico. Not to mention this whole thing about that chips plant and all that stupid shit that this guy says is being invested here. Where do you think the labor's going to be done? It's going to be done in Mexico. Why do you think they're going to do it in Arizona? All you got to do is hop over the border right there, and you have all the materials you need to put together in an AI plant. That's going to be empty. It's going to be empty for human beings. All those chips and all that shit that's made AI. So it's all bullshit. What this guy and this is his excuse, right, for tariffs, saying that no, we're going to take in money and we're going to build factories. And then he comes out and he says, no, we took in a bunch of money last time they did tariffs. Bullshit. It's all nonsense, man. It's all fucking nonsense. All these people want to do is conduct business cheaper. And by not taxing them, right, our services suffer. Why do you think that the whole world, not just Americans, the whole world can't stand Elon? They know what he's up to. And then he turns around and he trolls people in their faces. With all this, with all these Heil, what's his face, and Heil, this guy, and all that stupid shit, and then blaming us service workers, right, for what happened in World War II. Who buys that shit? I'm telling you. Not enough people buy that shit. Okay. I was looking at there's these idiot racist. They call them Christian nationalists, but they're racist. You know, they're racist. They're slobs. They're idiots. They do podcasts, right? These two dudes, they do podcasts, right? And so, what they wanted to do was take over a county in Tennessee. And make it, and people of the same mind, aka the Klan, right, want to have a town of their own. The people, they're hillbillies. The people that live there, they're flabbergasted. What? Nazis are coming to my town? Motherfucker, you voted for it. You voted for this. You voted for what was that? The poisoning of the blood. Remember that one? Mass deportations. Remember that one? You dumb motherfuckers. Now you're up in arms, right? Because some Nazis want to come and take your town. Well, they're punks. Don't let them. They're punks. They're punks, and I'll tell you why they're punks. Okay? All right? If they were such badasses, right, they would go buy an empty land a lot and make an empty lot of land and make it their own town. But they're punks. They're punks, man. You know? And you got to reject them at every turn. That's all. Shout them down. Call them what they are. They're punks. They're punks. They're punks. Just because two idiots in a podcast start spouting all this white power garbage, right? They think that that gives them a right to take over a town. It's nonsense. Bullshit. It's bullshit. But this is the ideology. This is what Stinky and his idiots have permitted. You know, you have these they're the Klan without hoods. You know what I mean? They're actually spewing this stuff. As a matter of fact, right? It's, you know how they try to take these places over, right? They'll put on X, that garbage, you know, the thing that doesn't fact check you anymore, right? That's why I'm not on that. Everybody says, go to X, you'll make more money, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you, X. I don't care about the money, fuck you, right? Okay? What they will do is say, you know, it will be one of these Christian nationalists saying they are talking on behalf of the Republican Party there when they're not. When they're not. But X won't fact check them, so they go through with that garbage. And then these people have some kind of impromptu town hall saying, hey, man, what's wrong with the Republican Party? Since when are we backing these guys? We're not. Oh, but he said it on X. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Yeah. It's exactly what's festering in the White House right now. Okay? But the whole thing is you got to just clap back. Clap back because they're stupid, they're dysfunctional, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. They think that we are still in 1934. That's what this whole thing is, by the way. It's 1934 revised. Okay? That's what this whole thing is. Why else? Why else would they want to annex Canada? Want to take over the Panama Canal? Want to take Greenland? Why else? Why else? Because they know that just the United States being isolated, that it won't work. It won't work. It won't work. We don't have enough resources for them to maintain their fever dream. We don't. We don't. It's all bullshit. So they think they could take over the whole Western Hemisphere. But right away, our allies have rejected them. See what Canada's doing with the cars? You know, they have basically everybody in the free world other than us have basically banned that Tesla. That's a shitstorm that's going down. It's done. It's done. I asked because man, around here there's movers and shakers, you know. I mean, it's the I live in billionaires' playground. And, you know, every once in a while they'll come into my business, they'll be like, hey man, you know, and they'll give you a decent stock tip or two, you know? Or they'll tell you, hey, this is what's trending, this is what's not trending. And there's a few people that I listen to that I swear by because they've made me money before, right? And they told me, they said, man, Tesla is done. It's done. They're going bankrupt. They're going to go bankrupt. It's done. It's done. They've been exposed. And now nobody wants their janky cars. And last week, the guy tells me, hey, man, Toyota's coming out with a $15,000 EV. I go, oh, really? Yeah. And lo and behold, that they did. And they did. And right away, people have ordered 10,000 of them. That doesn't bode well for Tesla. And not to mention, there's other cars that are coming. This is why Elon's freaking out, right? He's got to find another source of revenue because he's going down. There's these other cars from China or Japan or something like that, right? They're much cheaper than a Tesla, and they charge in about 10 minutes, full charge. Who's going to want a janky ass Tesla? Who's going to want to pay more for a car that is that what the company owner, right, is firing Americans? Number one, he's firing Americans, and he is siding with all these right-wing idiots. Who wants a car from him? You know what I mean? Nobody, nobody. And this is the way, you know, these stock dealers down here, man, that's the way they look at things. They go, well, is this going to continue to produce money, right? That's the question they ask when, you know, the foundation of a stock trade. Is this going to continue to produce money in the future? And they look at it and they say, hell no. So they get rid of it. They dump it. They dump it. What leads anybody to believe that Tesla is going to make money in the future? I'll wait. I'll take some. I'll take it down in the comments. I mean, not only do they have disdain for the owner, there's other products that are better and cheaper. There's some janky ass car that has 50 recalls. No, actually 37 to be exact. Let's be exact. 37 recalls, right? Who wants that shit? Who wants that junk? You know? I'm telling you. We keep on putting pressure on them. They are going to fold. And they're doing it right now. They're doing it right now. Nothing positive has come out of this presidency thus far. It hasn't. It hasn't. I mean, even from a PR standpoint, everything they do is so transparent and so janky, for lack of a better term. It's tacky. It's stupid. It's Vince from Shamwell type shit, you know, where it's infomercial type shit. He literally had an infomercial for these janky ass cars, right? And they're still plummeting. And he turns around and he says, well, you know, the big three called me, right? And so, you know, just so he can have this Jesus complex, the big three called me and they said, you know, don't do these tariffs for another month. Bullshit. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. They called him and they said, hey, if you do this, right, nobody's going to buy a car from us. Nobody. Nobody. You know? And they're going to sit there and rot. Okay? And you better not do it. You better not do it. We have more juice than you. You know? We'll primary every one of those fucking bootlickers that you have there. You know? As it is, they're in trouble. I don't see, you know, I get it. I get it that we had the racism, the ignorance, this last vote. And that's why that propelled this asshole to the White House again. But they've soured on him now because they're taking their jobs. They're taking their jobs, and Social Security, and he's screwing over the veterans. And oh no, we'll let him call them. You know, for the sake of the price of eggs and gas, right? We'll let him call him suckers and losers. You remember that show that they made at the Arlington Cemetery, where they just shit? They literally shit on sacred ground just to see how far they could take this whole thing. They're like, fuck. And they got in the White House, right? And I bet you they had a little meeting where they said, look, man, we shit on veterans. We told them they were poisoning the blood. We told them this and that. And they still elected me. So they thought that the American people had a taste for this kind of shit. Well, some people do. Some people do. Right up until the point where their Social Security check starts coming light or doesn't come at all, right? And then they don't have a job at the VA, or when they go. I was talking to a buddy of mine that he was in the 82nd Airborne, right? It's an old guy, badass, right? He said, "Hey, Mark, check it out, man. It's taking days and days and days just for me to book an appointment at the VA now, as opposed to I have my son come and what it usually took less than a half an hour." And I go, "Man, who'd you vote for?" I know who he voted for. And I go, "Look, man, I told you that was gonna happen. Oh, this America first and all that. Fuck you, America first. If you were America, look. If you were America first, right? You wouldn't want a war with the goddamn with your goddamn trade partners. You know what I'm saying? Why would you? That would put America last. Are you kidding?" No, and these people now I watched this news and this and that, and they're talking about Epstein, right? They're still talking about Epstein. Man, about the Epstein files and this and that, and how Trump's trying to dodge them massively by saying, no, the people want the Kennedy files. No. The people want the Epstein files, but the thing is that me, I'm not too high on the Epstein files. I don't give a shit about them. Here's why. Look, we know that this guy was Epstein's BFF for decades. We know that. And he never lived less than a cab ride away from him. We know that. We know that they would hire women at Mar-a-Lago, right? And then they would traffic them. We know that. We know that. We know that he went right down the street, right over there, right? Right down the street, and went and picked out high school girls out of there to come and quote unquote massages with that idiot Alan Dershowitz. And no, this is all provable shit here now. You know, what I'm talking is it's provable shit. Okay? We know. We know. I mean, there's videos of this dude with Epstein laughing and kicking it. And let me tell you, he hasn't changed his fucking dance move. This motherfucker, when he was 40 years old, when he was 40 and 50 years old, the motherfucker was still going like this, you know? With Epstein right there, and Epstein cracking up right in front of him. Talking about she's hot and all that. Yeah, it's all on video. It's on what do we need to know from the Epstein files that we don't know already, and they still voted for him? The Epstein files don't mean shit, okay? They don't. It's nonsense and bullshit, you know? Let's say, hypothetically, that those files came out, right? And there's pictures of him getting a Cleveland steamer. Now, you can Google that. I'm not going to say what it is. It's gross. Google it. Cleveland steamer. Let's say that there's pictures of him getting a Cleveland steamer. You know what they do? They would say, that's AI, that's fake, that's photoshopped, and that's it. It would be over. It would be over. So why do I care about the Epstein files? I don't give a shit about that. So, not good messaging by the Democrats, by the way. Nope. Because they found an excuse for everything this guy has done. All this shit. He's a deadbeat, doesn't pay his taxes, bankrupted casinos, this and that, and they make excuses for everything. It's all about their racism and their ignorance. They make excuses, and fucking across just this past weekend. I'm across the street from where Stinky is, right? And they have signs saying thank you. Thank you. For what? For what? it's I've gone, remember when we covered when I went into the heart of MAGA, I went to several of those rallies, right? And I ask these questions, but anytime I would ask a follow up question, they turn around, they give me this fucking racist face, then they leave. And I came to the conclusion that the through line of all of this is racism and ignorance. They don't like the black folks, They don't like the Asian folks. They don't like anybody that doesn't look like them. And Stinky is their leader. These are facts. These are all facts. And no matter what he does, right, he can do no wrong to them. So the people that are concerned the most about these Epstein files are just winding up to make an excuse for him and those and that disgusting vile behavior. They don't care about. Look, man, I'm telling you, they had thank you signs the other day, right? And so what did they do? St. Patrick's Day, he runs Conor McGregor right out of the White House. You know who Conor McGregor is? That washed up MMA fighter? Yeah. How many charges does he have for abuse of women? He abused a woman so bad one time, right, that they had to operate her after he finished. And he got in trouble for it. And he had to pay, a civil penalty for that. And you're worried about the Epstein files coming out and something come of it? Nope. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. This story flew right under the radar, right? Okay? All right? Remember when they let the Tate brothers, those scumbags, come over here? That was ordered by him. Oh, I don't know anything. When he says he doesn't know anything about something, it's because he made the order. That's right. That is projection to the max, right? And guess what I found out down here? The media doesn't talk about. He entertained those dudes here about 3 weeks ago. That's right. And this idiot Ron DeSantis, fuck you. Fuck you. You'll do anything that Stinky says. Fucking clown. No. So they're claiming that they're deporting criminals, drug addicts, rapists, murderers, blah, 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 right? But sending 3 out and bringing in 3. See, I guess it depends on who the rapist is. You know what I mean? There's an idiot. You're talking about you can't report a source. Motherfucker, I live here. I live here. What source? I'm the source. You dumb motherfuckers. You see? There you go. There you go. There you go. Right there. Right there. Making excuses for the. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Right there. Right there. In real time. Making excuses for this fucking pedophile, man. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? That's why the Epstein file is garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage. They're making excuses right there. Right there. In the comments. You're not citing a source. Motherfucker, I saw this shit. God damn, why do I always have to be right? Amazing. Amazing. See, they're already throwing a towel over this. They know it's facts. It's facts. You gonna tell me that McGregor didn't settle out of court? You gonna tell me that these Tate brothers ain't traffickers? Huh? You think they're ever gonna go back to Romania? You can't fix stupid. Jeez. Man, why do you prove my point for me? God damn. Ah. It's crazy. It's crazy. Your racism is blinding. Your racism blinds you. You know? Yeah, man, you know. I mean, honestly, the racism or, the love for a baby killing thug, Vladimir Putin, it's sort of like I want to say it's sort of like not evil, but it's like all these Trump support, they got a tinge of masochism, right? They like for him to beat them down once in a while, It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But it's backfiring. It's backfiring because there are people outside of this shithole that has become the United States that they look at it and they're like, God damn, that's fucked up. You know? So, like, you have this whole deal in Ukraine where Stinky has pretty much painted himself into a corner. It's him and Putin versus the rest of the world. Because the rest of the world, just today, the Prime Minister of Canada, the new guy, he goes over to France, and all them people are aligned against Putin now. All of them. All of them. Australia, Europe, Canada, Mexico, they're all lined up. They're united against these people. And who do we choose? Who did Stinky choose? He took Putin's side. We have become part of the axis of evil. It's horrifying. It's horrifying. And when I say we, I mean the United States in name. In name. Because I don't care. If I had that Putin here right now, I'd kick him in the head. I mean, no. But we in name are part of that now. It's dystopian. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And the Allies have made demands. That's right. That's right. Them and Zelensky, they've made demands. Give us our kids back that you kidnapped, you motherfucker, right? Give us our kids that you kidnapped, right? And get the fuck out of here. And they want assurances that he's not going to do it again. So, what does Stinky do? What does Stinky do, right? He says, no, we have Ukrainians surrounded. The Russians have Ukrainians surrounded and they're going to slaughter them. That's bullshit. That's a lie. That's straight out of Putin. That's straight out of Moscow. That's a lie. He's been saying that for a week now because Putin told him to say that. Are you crazy? The fuck is wrong with you? We have literally taken the side of a baby killing thug, man, a kidnapper. And every time him and that hag Vance, because I can't stand that prick either, right? Every time they can, they try and they bang on Zelensky. When all Zelensky wants to do is be left alone. Him and his people. They're on the side of a dude that invaded them, right? And they have killed their kids and kidnapped them. That's barbaric. That's barbaric. These are things that need to be said over and over and over and over again. Because they're trying to make this narrative that Zelensky asked for it. That's bullshit. Don't ever let them move the goalposts that much. Just because Stinky Putin had some Russian lady drop a Cleveland steamer on him and they videotaped it. This guy has been grooming and owning Stinky since the 90s. Every move that he's done proves that point. Oh, and by the way, the next time he says a bad word about Putin will be the first time he says a bad word about him. So that's pretty much all I got. They're starting to run me out of here because I know you can hear the pool in the background. It's a beautiful day around here. I'm surprised Stinky's not here vacationing. But it's a beautiful day down here, and my people getting ready to hit the pool. So I'll try to do these shows more often. I still left some stuff on the table that I would like to talk about, but we went for about an hour, and it was good to see you guys and trash. I'll trash a little bit the my bots because as they look outside of their dilapidated shitholes in Moscow, Russia, whatever, you know, it's not getting any better for them because here come the Europeans. But anyway, so remember, every time, every stupid utterance and stupidity of these people, at every turn, don't let them get the words out. That's it. That's it. All their unpopular stupidity. Remember, strength comes in numbers. And we have them. We have them. It's just an illusion they're trying to create with this idiot social media, you know? So just keep on rejecting them at every turn. Every turn. Keep on rejecting them. Because there's always some nefarious point they have behind their utterances, you know? And that's not a conspiracy. That's a truth. So anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. Remember, peace and resist. We got this. We got this. Take care. Bye.